In a recent interview with the Daily Mail, royal insider Clive Irving, he actually mentioned about the extent of the damage of Megxit. Now, who took the biggest hit? This is what I want to talk to you about. Was it Meghan Markle herself? Was it Prince Harry, Prince William? Who lost it the most? Now, a lot of people, they will argue and they will say, look, this Megxit was pre-planned by Meghan Markle. It was designed to be that would bring a lot of hurt to the royal family members. It was pre-planned. It was done in such a way, in other words, that would cause or inflict maximum damage to the British people and also the British monarch, including the British government, as you can see right behind me. But in this recent interview, what we found out, it is something very, very interesting, very, very amazing. Number one thing that he mentioned, I want to mention you a few things. Number one thing he said, Clive Irving, a royal author, he's an insider, is that he said the damage and the Megxit that took place, it was overblown. Number one, why? Because people freaked out, people did not know how to react, what was happening. As a result, we have seen the reaction was a little bit too much, overreacting, right? And then he said number two thing, which is something very, very surprising to me. But before I mention to you number two, I want you to consider this. The people, okay, in UK and both in UK and in US, they had underestimated Meghan Markle's issue, according to Clive Irving. Means, when I say issue, I mean that these people, they did not know how Meghan Markle will react in the environment she was living in. Everybody thought, in most part, that Meghan Markle would bring new changes. It will be something that would change the relationship dynamic, bringing in new people from outside, and somebody who is completely new to this kind of culture, British royal family culture, and somebody who was not trained, somebody who did not go through any kind of training or understanding, I should say, of the British monarch. So they said this was going to be something very, very interesting, but what they did not understand is that Meghan Markle had something in her mind, something else in her mind, and that is that she was not happy and that she took the decision of leaving UK. Now, Robert, before I mention you the person who took the biggest hit, or the people who took the biggest hit, so he said, quote, I think it's a question of the relationship of the two brothers, and they seem to be reconciled now, end quote. So royal author Clive Irving, he said that the issue was really between the two brothers. When the Megxit took place, it was in most part because of the fact that these two brothers, they could not get along over Meghan Markle. And as we know, Prince Harry, he was very, very unhappy when Prince William told him to take your time, don't get married right away, don't jump the gun, get to know each other. So royal author, he said that this is the maximum damage that actually happened because of Megxit, and that is that Prince William and Prince Harry, they could not get along, and that the relationship became very, very weak at some point. The relationship, they became very distant, they stopped talking to each other. Then he said, there is the biographer, he said, quote, I think it is greatly overblown. If you look at the effects of it on the institution itself, I think that they have weathered it quite well. Now, before I talk to you more about these two brothers, I want to mention a few things. Number one is that this whole thing, it has brought new changes and new way of looking at things for the British monarch, according to Clive Irving. And he's saying basically that, look, in the past we have seen that the British monarch, they could not hire somebody from a different color. They could not, probably they did not even think about it. Well, there was people of color in the family, but what I'm saying, not in the family, sorry, in the British monarch, but what I'm saying that people of color coming into the British family in itself. So he said that it was something that brought this new change, a new way of looking at things. And the British monarch, as soon as the fallout took place of Meghan Markle, the Megxit took place, they actually were very much prepared for it. They understood that this is going to be a huge challenge, a huge task for them to come to terms and to bring those changes, and they did. They actually handled the situation quite well, and this is why you do not see them making random statements. Okay, the only time we have seen one of the royal members making random statements was Prince William, when he was asked about this whole interview of Oprah Winfrey and Meghan Markle accused the British monarch of racism. Now, going back to the main point, so who took the biggest damage and what was the extent of damage was it? So the author also went on to add, he said, quote, "I think that Meghan raised a very important issue about the lack of diversity in the staffing of the palace," end quote, "especially since," quote, "the palace must reflect the world outside, not the world inside. And they still have not made that adjustment, but I think the two boys," means Prince William and Prince Harry, "are going to get together again. They are kind of a natural companions now," end quote. Now, this is what he said, that even though this relationship is strained, nevertheless, they will reconcile and they will come to terms and they will become good friends one more time. Now, my take on this is that yes, they will come to terms, but it will depend hugely on Meghan Markle's attitude. And right now, what we have seen is that in the recent times, Meghan Markle is not changing as much, but Prince Harry is changing. Prince Harry, at the end of the day, will probably, I hope this will not be the case, that he will have to decide between his family and his wife. However, the way things are going right now, we do not see any compromise coming from Meghan Markle, any softer tone about the British monarch. Instead, what we are seeing is something very, very bizarre, and that is that Prince Harry is actually going to the court to fight the Home Office in UK for his safety, security, and creating this whole drama, saying that I want to bring Meghan with me and my kids. It does give us enough reason to be worried about their relationship in the future, because if Prince Harry is continuously creating this drama and giving these excuses not to go to UK, then obviously it is going to have a bad impact on Prince William and how he views Prince Harry. Now, it is very, very important. Why I'm saying that Prince William's understanding of the whole thing is very, very important is because he is, at the end of the day, is in charge. He's going to be the future king. If Harry is projecting weakness, if Harry is projecting that, you know what, I am really not up to the task, I'm really not happy with my brother, or that at the end of the day I want drama, that Prince William, as he said himself, Prince William, this is what he said. He said that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry will not be part of the British monarch, even though, as we know, Prince Charles, he said that yes, I need support, I need the two boys, I need my sons to be by my side. But Prince William, he's the exact opposite, and he said, no, I do not need anybody, and nobody should be part-time monarch. And this is the same tone said by the Queen herself. And we know that right now there is a royal decree issued by the Queen saying that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle cannot afford to leave part of their life in UK and part of their life in US. And that will be the same tone that will be said by Prince William. So Meghan Markle, Prince Harry, their Megxit. Who took the biggest hit? It is obviously the relationship between the brothers. At the same time, Meghan Markle, she actually was profited from it because she stood out. She told the whole world that look at me, don't look at the British monarch, look at me. And she was able to convince the whole world at for some time that everything that happened in the British monarch was something could not have happened if she was not married there. In fact, she is the one through which we know the British monarch more than we did in the past. Something very, very interesting, the damage of the Megxit. Subscribe if you're new to this channel, and I will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Take care.